Okay, how did that go for everybody? Anybody reach anybody? Anybody make any phone calls?
That was fun.
Yeah? Who'd you get, Peg?
I got one of my ministerial classmates.
Excellent.
We hadn't talked in a long time, so I didn't do well about a brief conversation. But we have an appointment in April, so that'll be good. We
There you
get
go.
together in April.
So you caught up with an old friend.
I did.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, obviously your strategy when your goal is to catch up with an old friend is not the same as your goal is when you're reaching out to somebody to talk to them about business. So
But you know what I did, Cindy, was I used my list from yesterday
there you go.
and I landed on her and she was like, Peg, I was just wanting to talk to you. She said, when I saw your name, I said, thank you, God, because I figured that God's working on this. So it was good. Good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, all this training is wonderful, but you have to use your own common sense. You have to use your own gut feeling. You know what I mean? So don't get so, it's important to be a good student, but don't stop trusting your own judgment. Okay. Do what is appropriate for the moment, that is respectful for the moment. And remember, one of the key principles that we practice at ASEA is treating people like humans and not like objects. So, as soon as you're getting a little bit too ambitious and you're starting to blow people off and treat them like numbers instead of like people, you got to dial yourself back and go, okay, now slow down, hotshot. So good job, Peg.
Yes, I got to leave quite a few messages.
Good.
What I learned from this training that I think is really going to help is to compliment them when I'm leaving that message. And I did get a couple of text responses already. So, obviously it's not a good time for them to talk. And so there's some follow-up.
There you go. And Deb, I love what you said. You said, I got to leave some messages, not I had to leave some messages. I love your attitude. Right. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. And you made a lot of progress because you got to talk to their answering machine instead of getting to talk to them, right?
Right. I think if we can leave something positive and uplifting for someone, it really encourages them to look at who we are and respond to us.
Absolutely. And if you come back home after a hard day's work and you turn on your answering machine and there's Deb saying, hey, I just wanted to call and tell you how much I respect you. Wow, I'm glad I came home. Thank God. I'm so glad Deb left me that message. That made me feel good. So yeah, fantastic. Anybody else?
I'm of the age where I don't like to spend a lot of time on the phone talking, and I think a lot of my friends are too.
Yep.
But I did get a lead from one person, so I'm going to follow up with the person they referred me to online.
There you go. So how tell us how that came about.
I talked to them about it like a couple months ago. They weren't really interested, but they said they might have someone that they think might be interested. So
there you go.
I called and said, hey, just called to chat. Got a few minutes. They said, oh yeah, I was thinking about you the other day. So
there you go. Voila. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else? All right. Have you ever, when you do three-way phone calls, this principle, you can apply this principle as well. And one of the things you might want to guide your expert, your third party to do is, especially if they tend to run long, please, you might want to guide them and say, Peg, can you do a three-way phone call with me? We're going to call Deb and let's just make it a 5-minute call. Okay. And so if you give your third party or your expert a time guideline, then they may start the call saying, hey, Deb, it's really great to meet you. Peg's told me we only have 5 minutes, so I want to get right to it, right? So now the expert has given the person an expectation of how long they're going to be on the telephone, which makes their conversation much less awkward than if people are like, I wonder how long this is going to go on. I wonder how long this is going to go on, this gray area. So that might just be another tip as far as time management goes and communication goes as far as being respectful with other people's time. Okay, so hope that helps. Have an incredible day, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
It did help. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.